Hey guys, or I guess I should say, what's up everybody? How's it going? So, as you can tell, I'm here in my car on the snow day. It's a snow day. It's been, well, since last year, but I will say, snow days are just as good, if not better, as an adult. Just as good as they are as a kid. There's a magic to them, and maybe that's just not having to go to work or school. But some things never change, you know. What I have today is a chocolate stout. The one that I tried back on Christmas Eve. Well, the point of the video today is to see how well this beer is aged. Because it was very super green when I drank it on Christmas Eve. Very young. And I have a feeling it's going to be way better now. Oh, look at that color. It was really good then. Oh, geez. I don't want to make a mess in my car. I really don't want my car to smell like beer. So, it was really good on Christmas Eve, but I was really racing to get the beer done so I could drink it on Christmas Eve and talk about my holiday traditions. Oh, that'll be good. Maybe a little more. But now, you know, I feel like the beer will really be what it should be. I remember my first time pouring a beer. Ooh, I really don't want to spill this. And I happen to be sitting where the cup holders are. I can cram it in the back of the seat. Alright. Cheers, guys. Oh, yeah. It's a very good beer. This was from the little Brewer's Best 1 gallon kit. And I liked it on Christmas Eve, but the carbonation wasn't what it is now. And I love that foam, that frothy head on it. I love the foam mustaches. I love everything about it. The creaminess. I was just reading earlier about what foods pair well with stouts. And they mentioned a lot of desserts. The one that stood out to me was cinnamon coffee cake. And this beer. Oh my gosh. Barbecue, you know, some of the sweeter foods pair well with stouts. I read that you want your beer to be sweeter than the dish. But then they're talking about putting ice cream in it and all of this stuff. So I don't know. But I'm in a food mood today. So it might have to do with the snow. Some days, more than others, I just wake up and I say, man, it's going to be a food day today. Well, that's today for me. So I woke up, my fiance made me a killer omelet. She makes such good omelets. She claims they're the best in the world. But she uses great ingredients. So my mother-in-law gets her ham from a local, like, family-owned meat packing place. Meat packing, that doesn't sound good. It's a meat market here in Oklahoma, a little farther down south. But their ham is so good. And the way my fiance spices it and cooks it separately, then mixes it in with the omelet, it's a killer dish. And I love cheese, and she puts a lot of cheese in it. So I had a great breakfast, and now I'm out here having a chocolate stout. Cheers, guys. What a day. I will say, so you're probably wondering why I'm out in my car right now. My brothers and I used to watch this guy on YouTube named Redband, old Dan Redband, and his car had broken down out in the parking lot. he lived in Colorado. It was out in the parking lot of his apartment complex. I guess it was actually jacked up at the time, like on blocks or something, waiting on someone to come get it. And he was sitting out in his car doing the video. He's like saying goodbye to my car. And I remember how cozy it looked in there. And like, he's out here in public essentially, but no one can see him. So like that quality of anonymity has always seemed super like cozy to me, and like I'm out here in the middle of the neighborhood, but no one knows I'm sitting in my back seat having a beer right now. So makes me feel super warm and fuzzy inside. Kind of like this beer. Oh, Dan. He got taken off of YouTube because of his content. Not that it was bad, but he smoked a little bit. He was smoking in his car, whereas I'm having a beer. And he wasn't smoking cigarettes. Okay, so had the hot box going on. It's... Watching the video, I could tell it was probably pretty cold where he was at. One thing I didn't realize was how real that cold really had to have been for him. I was watching it in the comfort of my living room, all warm and cozy. Might have had a fire going, and Dan sitting out in his back seat, and it seemed like a very novel thing to watch him do that. Like, I felt like I was getting away with something too when I was watching him sitting in his back seat. I think he mentioned, like, never been back here before. Interesting, to be in the back seat of your own car. I've definitely never been back here. Pretty cool. But you can see my windows are nice and snowed over. Definitely no one seeing in here right now. But I don't have my keys on me either, so probably couldn't get in trouble for it. Ever since I had that omelet this morning, I keep, like I said, it's a food day for me. I keep thinking about wings. Might go to Wingstop later. I like the flavors of their wings. I think I like Wild Wings' wings better. But they've got some good flavors at Wingstop that they don't have at B-Dubs. If anyone knows some local wing places here in OKC that's not, your typical chains, I don't have anything wrong with chain wings. I can buy wings at the grocery store. For me, it's more about the sauce. But if anyone knows a good wing place around here, I'd definitely be interested in hearing about it. But they have this corn at Wingstop. It's got Cajun seasoning on it. Oh man, I love Cajun spices. We've been driving past this place down by Lake Hefner that it's all lit up on the outside. It's got the neon going. But from the road, you can't really tell what kind of a restaurant it is. Well, I found out the other day that it's a Cajun place. And my fiance doesn't like spicy food. So it's hard for me to go places like that. But today's one of those days that I can do some carry out and get her something from somewhere else. Do our own thing today. And that's typically when I tend to get my spicier foods. I can't handle a lot of spice. Some people, the way they are with spice, they'd probably say I can't handle any spice. But I enjoy things that are spicy to me. And that take it right up to that threshold of, is that too much? Might be too much. But it keeps you eating, and by the end you're sweating. I enjoy food experiences like that. This is cool. Literally and figuratively speaking. And this beer, oh my gosh. Look at this, the way that foam is in there. If I can keep from dumping it. I don't know, it's all built up in the middle. It looks like when you're taking the southern route from Oklahoma or Texas out to Las Vegas or California, going through New Mexico and Arizona, it looks like some of those rock formations you see out there, the way the foam is like building up in there. I don't understand it. Commercial beers, the quality of the foam is far different than the quality of the foam in homebrew. And I dare say, homebrew foam is better. And just a word on aging your beers. It really does. If you make some mistakes, or if your beer's not great, the cream ale I made the first time I tried it, right when it was done carbonating, it was decent. I thought, man, there's kind of some sort of weird little taste in there. And I couldn't pick out what that was. But then I kind of put it away and forgot about it. Went back to it a couple months later, and it was great. So, aging does clear out. It mellows the beer. The flavors really come together, and kind of like we do as people. You know, I think most people are their best selves once they're older. They've chilled out a little bit, and that's how beer works. I wouldn't crack open a bottle, you know, that was 40 years old like some wines, but I thought my camera was dying. Guess we're good. My fiance got me this Carhartt for Christmas. It's got this Sherpa lining in it, and it's super warm. My first experience with Carhartts, I was working at UPS in college, and my job was to unload packages, scan them back into the center, and then wash the trucks. Well, I worked here during the winter time, so it was super cold. My friend let me borrow his Carhartt. This dude worked construction. Let me borrow his Carhartt. I wore it to work, and I've been in love with Carhartts ever since. This is not an ad. I'm not being paid to say this, but dang, it's got that duct liner, whatever they call it, on the outside that sort of repels water. I wouldn't jump into a swimming pool in it, but you can definitely walk from your car into the house in the rain and not really get wet. So for washing trucks, it was nice. And it's nice and warm, too. So, there's my spiel. Maybe they'll send me some money. Or beer. I think the Carhartt people will send me some beer. I've got the Kama Citra getting ready to put in secondary dry hop here in a couple days. Ooh, those 3 weeks have flown, man. It seems like just yesterday. I mean, that's a cliche, but dang. I feel like I just put that thing in the cooler to ferment. And now I'm about to put it in secondary. Which is exciting, because when I get it in bottles, here 2 weeks after I put it in secondary, be thinking about drinking that sucker. Probably wait till I get back from the honeymoon. Get married here in a few weeks now. I'm used to saying in a couple months, you know, in March. But about 1 month. 1 month from now. Unless I'm going to be married. Cheers, babe. And cheers everybody else. Hope you're enjoying a good homebrew today. You know, this is my last homebrew. I've been saving it, you know, for today. I didn't know we were going to get a snow day, so that makes it just even better. But I'm definitely enjoying the hell out of it, and I definitely can't wait. I have the Frosty Footprint Pale Ale. That's a small batch. My last video, I brewed it up. Ready to try it. That'll be after the honeymoon also. And then I'll have the Kama Citra also. I have one more cider out here in the fridge. But it was the one I made from the Musselman cider that I didn't love. It was had a wang to it, man. It's something else. It's about 6% alcohol. I'll probably get around to drinking it. I mean, there's a reason I didn't throw it away. Seems like sacrilege. So I'll drink it. Maybe today. Seems like a good day for a cider, too. But I'm definitely buying beer because don't have anything ready to drink. But this, guys, make your own beer. Make your own damn beer. You might not make it better than you can get it at the store. You might make it better than you can get it at the store. You're gonna make it as good as you can get at the store. It's fresher, which counts for a lot. But there's also that factor of, I made this beer. That just warms the soul, you know? The beer's gonna warm your body, but the fact that your time and energy went into making it is gonna warm the spirit. And it's worth a lot. It's an experience. It's not just a glass of beer. It's an experience. The fruits of our labor. Guys, cheers to the fruits of our labor. Cheers to you. Cheers to me. On this snow day of snow days. If it's not snowing where you're at, I'm sorry. Maybe you don't like the snow. You know, life always has its ups and downs. There's usually some bad aspects to everything that's good and some good aspects to everything that's bad. You know, when the snow starts to melt and becomes sort of that muddy slush, it's far worse than it was if it wouldn't have snowed. But to get this pure white blanket, you gotta accept the slush that comes after. So, we'll just enjoy it while it's here. Cheers, guys. Thanks for having a beer with me today. Had to get that mouth full of foam. Good to the last drop. Dang it. Cheers, guys. Thanks for having a beer with me today. And happy snow day. And we'll see you next time.